Straight in.
Yeah, go for it.
Straight in.
I'm his older brother. I'm saying, yalla, practice.
Black Brothers Podcast, a Five Pillars of Mad Monoliths production.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear brothers, sisters, friends, and the foes out there, and welcome to another episode of the Blood Brothers Podcast with your host, Dilly Hussain. And guess who's back after a sabbatical?
You tried to get rid of me, but not for too long. Aki Hussain, assalamu alaikum, everyone.
And Abu Umara.
That's right, Abu Umara.
That's your kunya
right.
now, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah.
And we have a special guest. Remember this, I told you guys, I've given up on finding other words for special. But we've got a champ in the house today, yeah?
Yeah.
Someone who's from the UK, someone who's an up-and-coming, inshallah, world champ, inshallah.
Inshallah.
And that's Hamzah Sheeraz, the super European welterweight champion, WBO, right?
Yep,
Assalamu alaikum, akhi.
Assalamu
Hey, my brother, you're
All
right.
good
Glad to be
yourself?
here, bro.
Thank you very much.
What's going
man.
on?
It's good to be on. Alhamdulillah, all good, man. All good.
Good to have you on, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
How's things?
Alhamdulillah, it's all good, man. Just in camp for the next fight, April 11th, defending my belt, inshallah, at the O2. So just training and just getting on with things, man.
Cool. Okay, before we kick off today's podcast, Aki has an icebreaker, yeah? And so, hit it.
So, look, just in advance,
Yep.
I'm a little bit ill. I got the sniffles.
Yep.
It is in line and consistent with coronavirus symptoms. I am quarantined in this room.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're going to make it for April 11th. We've shaken hands and done much more before the cameras.
Yeah, like your agent Adam's probably thinking, Ross, what's going on
So
here,
yeah, Adam, sorry, bro. I should have told you that beforehand. But yeah, apologies to the viewers, audience, if you hear my nose. Apologies to you as well if you don't make it to the room.
Cool, man. Don't worry.
But yeah, icebreaker is.
Yep.
So we're going to set the scene.
Yep.
Imagine yourself, you're on a journey and you're on a ship. You're
Yep.
on the sea.
All right.
I'm going to offer you two people that you have to pick from
Yeah.
to accompany you on this journey, yeah? So they're going to be your companions on this journey.
Yeah.
You're on the ship. Here we go.
It's a 7-day trip, yeah?
It's a 7-day trip.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to pack it out with your entourage. And this
And I've
is your
got two
entourage.
people to pick, yeah?
No. You're
Oh.
gonna, one from two and there's a list of people.
All right, go on.
Here we go. Amir Khan or Prince Naseem Hamid?
Prince Azeem Ahmed.
Nigel Benn or Chris Eubank?
Nigel Benn.
Okay. George Foreman or Joe Fraser?
George Foreman.
Okay. So you can make you some food in that as well.
Yeah, that's it. The Foreman grill, innit?
Frank Bruno or Lennox Lewis?
Lennox Lewis.
Okay. Vladimir or Vitali?
Vladimir.
Yeah. Canelo or Golovkin?
Ooh, Canelo all day long, man.
Yes. Mayweather or De La Hoya?
Mayweather all day long.
Come on. AJ or Tyson Fury?
AJ.
Okay.
Why?
Pardon?
Why?
Because I feel like outside the boxing ring, I'm not saying Tyson Fury isn't, but I feel I've got more in common myself with AJ than I have with Tyson Fury, so it'd be AJ all day long.
Yeah, but he's understood what this activity is, companionship, yeah?
Okay. So, that's a deep word, companionship, you know?
Oh, I'm not saying that he's going to have to lips on anything like that. I'm saying that it's a journey, isn't it?
Okay,
You're going to
fine.
have to keep him company.
Most compatible, innit?
Yeah,
Most
Yeah, that's
compatible.
it. Exactly.
Easy how the most compatible, bro. This ain't Muzmatch, bro. This ain't Shadi.com, brother.
Indeed, that's right. We do have an interview with the CEO of Muzmatch as well. Yeah. So, Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali?
Ooh, that is a hard one.
Rahimahullah.
Probably Muhammad Ali.
Eddie Hearn or Frank Warren?
Frank Warren all day long, man. Frank Warren. Is that even a question to ask?
And you've answered it nicely anyway. Okay, last one. Freddie Roach or Mayweather Senior?
I'd say Freddie Roach.
Okay.
Freddie Roach.
You can't have father and son there, no.
Yeah,
It's gonna come off.
100%.
Good
It's
dramas,
gonna always go off.
So that's your squad on the boat trip, yeah?
Yeah, that's my squad. on
You
the
did that
boat trip.
smoothly. You've been thinking about
Innit?
this already. You know who you want around you. That's good.
That's it, man.
Okay, so look, you know when we have, you know when you look at interviews with, or like podcasts or shows with like boxers
Yeah.
and athletes from contact sport especially, yeah? You'll find that the hosts generally ask or seek a inspirational background story.
Yeah, that's so true, man. Yeah.
But
So cliche, innit?
Yeah, but you're 20, going to be 21 in May, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So when I ask you what made you get into boxing
Mm.
and not any other contact sport, what's the backstory?
Well, I say it all the time, my uncle was a boxer. And I think that's what kind of like sparked the flame.
Give him a shout out.
Yep, he's actually coming to my next fight, and I ain't seen him in
Wicked.
like 10 years, man,
Okay.
because he lives in Australia, so
Love
he's going
to.
to be down for the next fight, inshallah, so we'll be seeing then. But answering your question, it's ever since I walked in the gym on the first day,
How old were you?
I was 8 years old. I was 8 years old, and I walked in the gym, And then I know it's weird, but the smell of the gym was kind of like appealing because it's not the nicest smell.
No, I know.
It's a smell that I wanted to like go back and experience again because the first day I sparred and I got punched in the face as well. And most kids
that happens when you spar,
exactly. Yeah. And most kids at 8 years old
have not been punched in the face.
And they wouldn't like it. But me, I don't know why. I thought, if I'm gonna get punched in the face, I want to hit him 2 times harder. Okay. And that was when I was 8 years old. You know what I mean? So if I had that mindset then. It was all about enjoying it, and it still is now. That's the main thing.
Can I give you some brotherly advice?
Go on.
Before you get married, that stuff needs to stop. You can't be receiving licks, and you definitely can't be giving licks.
That's right. Yeah.
It's my job, man. It's my job.
So 8 years old, you like the stench of the the sweaty gloves and all that. Yeah. You took out the cracks of the face, and you wanted to crack him back harder. Yeah.
Yep.
And where did it develop from there?
So 8 years old, and then I was boxing for 2 years prior to my first amateur fight. And because it was a family thing, I was getting support from all my family, everyone saying, it's a good thing to do. But I was only a scrawny little 10-year-old, and I was skinny. I was like 32 kilos when I had my first fight. It was mad. I was like a little fly. But as soon as I got in the ring, like I said, I enjoyed it. And I think at a young age, that's the main thing, enjoying it, because that's what keeps you going. Yeah. It's not about being a big macho, like 10-year-old who's trying to like beat everyone up kind of thing.
But you enjoying the sport?
I was enjoying it, and it was keeping me focused as well, and I think that's what my parents supported me as well.
Wicked.
Because there wasn't they knew that I wanted to take up boxing like forever kind of thing, and they didn't push me too much into education. So I got support from the families, and that's what kept me going.
That's very unique.
The support was there because
wicked,
I think my families, they've been involved in sport for ages. Like my dad was a professional cricketer.
Yeah.
And the sports circle, they know how it keeps you disciplined and dedicated. So, and where I wasn't the cleverest, if I was going into education, I wouldn't have been focused, man. And I know that myself. I would not have been focused. And who knows what I could have done? Do you know what I mean? So I know boxing is what kept me disciplined.
Kept in the straight and narrow.
100%, man.
Now tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Did you 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, did you try flex some of that at school?
Nah, man, I actually didn't. I swear to God I didn't, because I was only little.
Alright, but you stopped at 10 though. Okay, let's go with 14, 15, 16.
Not even then. I swear, listen, as soon as I turned pro, that's when I started finding my man strength. 18 years old. I'm still a kid now. Like, I still got a bit like a kid's body now, man. But I've never been that guy. I'm always like low key. I'm humble, and I don't like to be that guy. Do you know what I mean? Not like I'm a boxer, this, that, the other.
Did man ever try it?
Pardon?
Did man ever try?
Nah, school was good. I got my boy kids to sort all that out. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, we know he's good at damaging things.
Kids.
I kept boxing so low key that the teachers in my high school didn't even know until I was about 16, 17 years old.
So you kept it on the low for that long?
Literally, man. Like, I had my boys to come gym with me and that. But we just kept it on the low, do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want everyone saying, he thinks he's a boxer.
You don't want that attention.
He thinks he's bad. Yeah, do you know? I didn't want none of that. But then when I started appearing in the local papers and then the teachers started noticing me, they also gave me a lot of support as well.
That's good.
Say if I needed days off, if I was going to have if I had training, they'd actually support that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they'd actually support that. So yeah, man. So it was all good.
Wicked. So even that is a discipline itself, to not allow the fact that you're boxing and had been doing so for a number of years to get to your head, even at that young age. Because it can get to man, especially at a young age, 100%. Especially if you're surrounded. You're from East, right?
Yeah.
What part of East are you from?
Ilford.
So when you're from Ilford, it's like at certain parts of the country where you have
certain manners.
Ilford. Well, we got love for Ilford. We got love for Ilford. Even though my car got stolen in Ilford, found in Romford, because some travellers from Dagenham stole my car from Ilford, took it to Romford, we recovered it.
We've got a movie coming out on that soon.
They tried selling my CAS unit back for £500.
What? Back to you?
Yeah, madness.
But don't worry, like they said, it's nothing personal. It's just labour.
It's just work.
That's
business.
Right.
That's exactly what they said.
Yeah, strictly business.
Yeah, they say it's not personal. Anyway, so even that's a discipline itself, to not go flex it and that and try show off and show the man them, show even gyal and that.
Yeah.
But you held that down.
I had to, man. Because I think, like I said, a massive shout out to my parents for that again, because they always kept me humble. They're like, listen, and my mates as well, my people around me, because I've never had people around me who would gas me. And anyone I did, I'd tell them, like, I'd think about, like, do I need these people around me feeding me lies? Do you know what I mean? Like, realistically, I'm nowhere yet. Do you know what I mean? In where I want to be, I'm nowhere yet. So I know the levels. I know myself. I'll keep grounded. Like my dad, my mum, they always keep me grounded, man. Always keep me. I think that is the way to be. some people want to flex, like be the next Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But there's only one Conor McGregor at the end of the day.
And we saw what happened to Conor McGregor as well.
That's what I mean. But like I said, even with him, there's only one. Do you know what I mean? Like there's only one Prince Asim Hamid as well. There's so many have tried, but literally all of them have failed.
I failed miserably as well.
So I think the way to go is just be yourself.
Wicked, man.
Just be yourself.
May Allah protect and preserve your company, your
Inshallah.
parents. I mean.
Thank you, brother.
Now, we did ask Adam
Yep.
to bring the belt. And to us, so
that was my fault, man. I forgot that.
Yeah. Just blame yourself, really, yeah?
Oh, no, but he doesn't want to flex, innit? He's not flexing.
No,
that's right.
No, it's not that. I genuinely forgot.
Should have got Adam to carry in the tube.
What would be great? Hamzah the Humble, yeah? That would be nice. That could be your name, Hamzah the Humble, you know what I mean? But look, you won the belt last November.
Yeah.
And it was a tight fight, I would say.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? With Ryan Kelly.
Good opponent. Very
good opponent. And just to go over some of my observations in the fight, right? The very initial rounds, you didn't necessarily come out.
No, I didn't.
Ryan, I would say, we would say they had the better of it.
More aggressive.
He was more aggressive, right?
Yeah.
But then you came out in the fourth, the fifth. And that's when we saw
Yeah.
Hamzah Sheeraz, the fight that
Some offensive,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the stoppage came right in the last seconds of the seventh round, isn't it?
I saw that on the next day, man.
Yeah,
I'm like, thank
and
God
that
for
was mad. How did you feel when you won?
Listen, going back to what you were saying in regards to the fight at the start, that was a tactic to box long. But then halfway during the fight, I was thinking, this is what he wants me to do. He thinks I'm gonna box long and use my attributes. And I thought, listen, come fourth round, I had to switch it up. I had to do something different, and that's what I done. And alhamdulillah, I got the stoppage.
So that's something that your decision you made in the fight.
Yeah, mate, with my coach Eddie in the corner. That's what I'm saying. Everyone talks about that now. We're still at the gym. Like that, the transition we made in the fight is something that not many people can do.
And it was immediate.
It was immediate.
It was literally you were fighting in one style, and switched it up straight away.
It's bait.
Yeah, it had to be done because.
Yeah.
Because I could feel him weakening as well, and I thought as soon as I catch him, I know he's going over.
And you caught him
that's
with a dangerous
But
fight.
the feeling was good, man. Like I just sunk to my knees, and I was like, yeah, this is the reason why I sunk to my knees. It wasn't because I've just won a European title. It was like, all right, cool. This is the first step. To becoming great, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So, yeah.
And how you feeling about April's title defense?
I'm looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it more than fighting for it, because now it's so much more than just fighting for a title. It's about keeping it.
Yeah.
And I've trained two times harder. Every camp I train much harder. It's just I got to be, and the opposition I got as well. He's coming to win. He's coming to rip the belt away from me. Do you know what I mean? So it ain't a joke. I'm training hard, and inshallah I'll get the win, man.
And we're seeing that on Insta, bro. It's constant every day.
Yeah.
What's the hardest thing when you're in training camp?
I'd say it's the first 3 weeks. Because your body's slowly adjusting and you get the maddest aches and pains and everything. But I'd just like to shout out to my physio, Manny, who keeps me in check all the time. And yeah, man.
Big up love for physios.
That's it, love for physios.
Aki's a physio.
Are you physio, yeah? Wicked,
we chat later.
Yeah, that's sweet.
And if there's one thing, like, everyone has a personal dislike during so when you look at MMA fighters, they'll talk about the fact that they can't eat certain foods. And it can affect their mindset. Like they'll be rocking up to camp screwing, because they've not had carbs or certain kind of foods.
Then personal pleasures.
Do you have a really personal dislike? Like, oh God, this is part of training.
When fight camp starts.
It would 100% be that, but only in the last week.
Okay.
But then I have to remind myself, like, who do you think you are? You chose this. Chose. This is what you chose. Do you know what I mean? You put this upon yourself.
That's right.
So you can't really be. I get aggy. I do get aggy because you got no carbs the last 3-4 days. But then I have to keep reminding myself, listen, this is the life you chose. This is your decision. It's not no one else's decision. So getting angry at other people is just a bit pointless, isn't it?
So what happened if you had a plate of biryani?
I won't make weight.
Okay,
serious.
but outside of training, right? You have roti, salad.
My diet's literally a mess outside the camp.
Sounds sick.
Yeah, but I enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? You need time to switch off. Some people stay on the diets all the time, but I think it's a bit boring. You need some personality, man. You need some. Do you know what I mean? Just live your life a little bit.
Yeah, enjoy yourself.
100%, man.
Now, obviously, after you won the belt, and there's a number of call-outs.
Yeah, loads. Still are.
And when we were looking over, right, who were the people that were calling out, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that this specific individual I'm about to name stands out amongst others.
Yeah.
But he is an IBF champ within the same time. So
Yeah.
one was Troy Williamson, right? And so what's your views on the prospects of perhaps fighting Troy? Because he's one of the guys who called you out.
Yeah. There's been loads, man. There's been loads, but I think I'm taking it in my stride. Do you know what I mean? Because this, like I said, this is the next step. This is what I'm gonna get, and I got to learn to deal with these things.
Okay.
But I find it quite funny, to be fair. Like, it is all a bit. In my how I look at it, it's all a bit of banter. Do you know what I mean? Like, these are all getting serious. But at the end of the day, they can all chat in interviews and everything. But if you really want to get the fight, make the fight, you just got to call Frank Warren. It's as simple as.
He's Frank Warren as well, isn't he?
He's Frank Warren, yeah, he's Frank Warren as well.
Yeah. So,
but it's not just him, there's loads of the Olympians. I think Stephen Donnelly calling me out as well. There's loads, man, and there's everyone's going to want to fight me now, and they look at me like a skinny 20-year-old who they can all batter. That's it, and I don't really mind, like, it's fair enough, like, everyone's got their opinion in it at the end of the day.
We'll rush you out after the fight.
If you saw them on road, would you bang them?
Who, me? No, it's nothing like that.
That was a test question, I was checking. Hamzah the Humble.
Hamzah the Humble. Listen, Blood Brothers, episode 26, 27.
Yeah.
We've named Hamzah the Humble.
That's it, you heard it here first.
Yeah. If we clock that you're not getting humble, we'll start calling man out. Yeah. And look, obviously you've alluded to a number of disciplines in your life, right? The fact that you started boxing at the age of 8, you never flexed it, you never gave it a large at school. You know what I mean? You know, you had the support of family and good friends and people around you. When you won the Ryan Kelly fight in one of the first interviews, you thanked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right?
Always.
So what role does Islam and your faith play?
Yeah.
Obviously it's not happened yet.
Yeah.
And we hope that it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But in terms of dealing with things like losses,
Yeah.
like a defeat.
Well, I think it like I said, if God forbid that did ever happen, everything comes from above, innit? Like, everything comes from Allah. So what can you really do about it? You can't do nothing about it. The thing I could do is train harder and make sure it never happens again. That would be my outlook on it. Like, obviously you'd be upset, but it is what it is. But it's not only that. Like, in camp as well, you have bad spars, you have bad days where you're not hitting your targets. So in terms of that, you can't let it play on your mind too much. You just gotta make sure you improve and come again when you come around to doing it. You're hitting it or you're doing better. That's the best way to be, I think. Yeah.
Has there ever been a time like when you've been sparring, and you've not been on your A game, you've not had a good session, and someone's caught you a few times, and they try their luck against you, and they think, you know what, I could fancy my chance against Hamzah. You know
there've been loads, man. There's been loads. I'll tell you now, like, all my spars, I ain't banging everyone. I told you, like, there's been spars, but I get beat up. But it's part of boxing. Some people can't accept that.
You hear it all the time, don't you?
Yeah. Everyone goes on spars. Oh yeah, I banged him in a spar, beat him up in a spar. Come fight. It's a total different game. You've got the lights. You're making weight. This, that, the other. But I don't take too much on spar. Even if I have a bad spar, I'll sit down with my coaches. I'll be like, yeah, listen, I know that was a bad spar. As long as it don't happen again or as bad, we move, man.
So like I said, if you ever had to encounter or experience a loss in your career, you won't go on a mad Wilder video spree,
No, not that. Not no Marvel video, not no movies and that, none of that.
Now, even controlling the ego, right? Because Hamzah, look, brother, even though we've blessed you with the title Hamzah the Humble,
yeah.
Do you like that, by the way? It's nice, isn't it?
Name,
Now, the thing is, it can happen. You can excel in your career.
You can believe in your own height.
You can become a big household name. The P's start coming in, right? And then it can happen, but it happens.
When the dreams start to come true.
Yeah, when the dreams. So, do you ever fear that?
Not really, not at all. Because I'll tell you why. Because even if it was getting to me, inshallah, it never does happen, and it did get to me. I think I know my team around me who I've got now, my uncles, my Uncle R, my Gogs, my dad, my manager Adam, TB Promotions, everyone, they would keep me grounded. Like, even my best mate could come and give me a smack in my face, you know what I mean? And he'd listen, calm yourself down, like, who do you think you are, kind of thing. And that's the people I need around me. Some boxers now, actually most boxers nowadays, they want people around them who massage their ego. Oh yeah, you're doing sick.
Gassing them.
You don't need them people, man. If you want to be successful, you need to know. You need the truth. I think that is it. You need the truth, and that's what I got around me. Like I said, my team is my main, like, foundation of where everything starts. So I have my team, then on top of my team I have my training, then it's like everything. It all comes together. And fighting night, you see the people I've got around me that's very supportive and everything, and that's how I really get the wins, man. Just literally the team.
Psychology in competitive sports is becoming a big thing now, and you see it at the highest level of a lot of sports. For example, the Premier League, where people are now, like, big Premier League elite clubs are employing sports psychologists to help people to get into that rhythm of being champions, but taking things a step at a time and not getting too funny, and not thinking that something's already won before it is. And obviously you're still very, very young. You're making strides in what you want to achieve. Where do you see that progressing moving forward when you start to break down and achieve more milestones, things will become tougher in terms of like the challenges, but also the whispers, what people say, and the hype,
Shaitan's waswas,
the followers, the contract offers, the promotion, the sponsorships. It's a different world, isn't it?
Yeah, no, 100%. That's why every aspect, like nutrition, management, coaching, as in boxing coaching, strength training, condition training, I've got a coach for each of them things. So if anything comes to me that I don't need to deal with, I'll just direct it to them. Because then my main focus is just getting the win and training. Brilliant. So alhamdulillah, so far it's been good, man. And I think that all depends. It's literally the people you have around you. I think that's how it goes. Because whispers, contract offers and money can only come in through
your people.
Through your people. So if you've got solid people around you, you've got a solid wall around you. No one's breaking.
It's like with anything, innit? If you've got good people around you, you're going to make good decisions.
Yeah, I think it's underestimated as well, because like you said, when money starts coming in and everything, and then like people start wanting percentages and people start thinking, oh, why
people start chapsing you, innit? Yeah, that's what happens.
That's what I mean. It happens, but listen, you just got to be strong-minded.
So you're saying that basically this culture of humility is consistent throughout your people.
Yeah, anyway. 100%, man,
100%. Team humble, yeah?
Team humble, forget humble, team humble, yeah? Because we know, bruv, without mentioning obviously any names and that, we know that boxing, especially as a sport, it's broken certain families.
100%.
Yeah? It's split families,
yeah, of course
right?
It has, yeah.
And they too once came and claimed humble backgrounds.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And
achieved amazing things.
Exactly.
But I think there's a fine line between saying and actually doing.
For sure.
Do you know what I mean? Because I could sit here and say I'm humble and that, and then I could be like, tomorrow we bang like bust down APs on my Instagram and just acting like an idiot. Do you know what I mean? But that's not me. Like you can see from my other interviews and my fights and everything, alhamdulillah, I just stay grounded. And like I said, there is a fine line between saying things and doing things. A lot of people claim they're humble and then see him on the street, see him in another interview where it's more mainstream, like an IFL TV interview where they're getting like millions and millions of views. They think it's their time to shine and it's who they want to be, but not who they actually are.
The persona that wants to be presented.
Exactly, man.
Let me tell you something, Hamzah, I wasn't going to tell you this to your face, but you know, when me and Aki and some local brothers from Bedford and that, you know, we started following you, Wallahi, you know, internally we made dua for you, because we said that, look, we've seen boxers come and go, we've seen Muslim boxers come and go,
and also in our communities, there's a lot of talent.
You understand?
100%.
Right? And so what we made dua for you for, bro, is for you to remain humble, Hamzah. You understand?
Inshallah,
because madness can happen, bro.
Yeah, it can.
You know, P and fame can change the best of men.
100%.
You understand?
100%.
And you know, Deen and family play such an important role.
Yeah, but that's the same in boxing. Islam and boxing, it goes hand in hand. You got to stay focused. You got to stay everything. So me being a Muslim, me being a boxer at the same time, I know there's other boxers who's that reached the pinnacle of the sport who are Muslims as well. But I think in terms of myself, my faith and my team, everything links.
Synergy.
Exactly, everything links. And like I said, I keep banging on about it, but having a strong team, having a team who, like, even we have like Christians, but they're strong in their faith. Do you know what I mean? And they have
Tyson Fury.
Yeah, exactly.
Strong personality.
Exactly. And they're all guided as well, and they know what they want in life. They know what our goals are, and we sit down and we say, this is the goal. This is what we want to achieve. This, that, the other. So it's all blessed, man. Alhamdulillah, it's all good.
Have you ever found yourself in training camp in Ramadan?
No, I don't train in Ramadan.
Easy now.
Yeah, I don't train. I can't. Like many people say.
At all.
Yeah, no, I still tick over like after I break my fast and that, and after I pray, I go training and that. But it's only like it would be like half an hour, 40 minutes just to keep the body active. Yeah. So many people like training rooms, but I can't do it. It weakens me. It literally weakens me.
Random digress question: when you pray Tarawih, do you pray 8 or 20?
Pardon, 8.
My brother.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I pray 8.
Deviants. Yeah.
You just make up the 12 for us, isn't
it? What was I going to say? So you just tick it along in Ramadan?
Yeah, man. Like people do it, but honestly, I don't know how they do it. Like they train in that while they're fasting. Yeah. I've tried it once and I nearly died. Like I couldn't hack it.
Madness.
But yeah, man.
Someone else did as well. They nearly died once in a fight.
Oh my God, bro. Look, a couple of months ago, you posted something on. It was a poster on Facebook and Insta about knife crime.
Yeah.
You've even spoken about it very briefly in previous interviews. So I'm gathering this is something which you have some concern for.
Yeah, no, 100%. But I don't want to be that cliche person who does nothing about it.
Yeah.
I wanted to raise awareness so I get the opportunity to do something about it on a big platform. Sure. But I ain't got that yet. So in interviews, I keep shouting it out.
You're on Blood Brothers, bro.
Yeah, that's it, man. So if anyone's listening and want to help, just get in touch with me, man. Because there's so many people who have actually tried doing things about it, and they do campaigns and everything, but it's not for the right reasons. Okay. I'm telling you that now, it's not for the right reasons.
Now we asked our dad, the rapper, when we had him on a couple of months ago. We said we asked him about, the government did this campaign about putting on chicken and chips boxes. Yeah. Did you hear about this campaign?
No.
So basically, the government basically put a anti-stabbing on chicken and chips boxes. Do you think what would you think about that?
I think that's, what's the point of that? Do you know what I mean? What's the point of that? You see, where do you see chicken and chip boxes? On the floor and in the bin. Do you know what I mean? No one's going to pay attention to that.
Do you also find it a problem that it's assumed that certain kind of people have chicken and chips? And that's in certain areas.
A certain target audience.
Let's get the message out on trying to drive down knife crime and put it in chicken.
Bang on a chicken box.
Have a quick chat with boss man.
And realistically, who's going to look at a chicken box, a sign that says stop knife crime? Who's going to stop knife crime? You need to give the kids opportunities to actually go and do things, whether that be not just boxing, but anything. It could be, I don't know, like give me art or education or whatever they enjoy. Just sports, give them the opportunity to do so, man.
You said that, if boss man charges 20p for extra chili sauce, then he's getting juked. Remember you said that?
Of course. Of course he is. Knife crime will be on the rise.
Bro, them places are charging 20p for sauces and that. Now, contact sport, boxing, and obviously jiu-jitsu and MMA is big in the scenes now. With the rise of Khabib now, you know what I mean? It's now, especially in your neck of the woods as well. In East London, you've got equally some big MMA, jiu-jitsu gyms, right? Do you feel that obviously to reach out to youth who find themselves in unfortunate socioeconomic situations on road, right? Irrelevant of race or ethnicity, right? There's something about contact sports that brings them in. That contact, because you just mentioned that, or arts or something like that. But is there something about contact sports, do you believe, harnesses that energy better than, let's say, I don't know, poetry or playing the violin or something?
I'd say 100%.
Why is that?
Because... Listen, you know what it's like. Say if you went
poetry and violin, bro.
Go on, what?
Killing it, bro.
Then what?
You're saying, so you reckon that, young man, they want to box and they want to do jiu-jitsu and tie a man up compared to violin and poetry. There's other things, Not everyone has to be...
Give me something middle. Sweet. Give a middle ground then.
I don't know, they could do other athletic sports. They could play football
something like that.
They could do rugby.
Darts.
You talking about darts, bro?
I think, let me just interrupt you. I think it depends on the individual themselves. Depends on what they want to do. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to cause conflict here, but it depends on them. But I think in terms of boxing,
violin as well.
Pardon? If you want to do violin, do violin. It calms you down. But I think in terms of combat sports, it definitely knackers you out, man. It tires you out. Do you know what I mean? You have a good, solid 1 hour, 1.5 hour training session. You don't want to do anything else for the rest of the day. Do you know what I mean? And you're knackered. And then the more you go and the more you start enjoying it, the more you start to venture out. Like, okay, I'm boxing, but I want to get stronger. Let me go to strength and conditioning. Then before you know it, you're banging out 2 sessions a day. And what's that? That's about 4 hours in a day. So it's taking up, and you're sleeping as well. So it's literally taking up half your day.
Let me ask you something, right? So one of the theories, it's not been backed up by data or statistics, but one of the theories is that one of the reasons why youth who find themselves in unfortunate socioeconomic circumstances involved in gangs and them kind of things, but the reason why contact sports appeals to them, this is a theory out there, cool. is that because there's a situation they find themselves in, there's a lot of anger inside, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of frustration, a lot of need to show strength and bravado, so therefore contact sports channels that, because it fulfills the masculine aspect of it,
the venting aspect,
and do you think there's truth to that?
100%, especially in aggressive kids as well. But then it goes back to what I'm saying, like certain people find their way to release things, whether that be through writing, whether that be through punching a bag, whether that be through playing football
or violin,
banging violin.
Don't write.
It all, like, I think it all depends on the person. But if we're speaking generally, 100% combat sport.
There's a reason why I mentioned violin. Go on, tell them.
Because you used to play violin. Yeah, you were a sweet boy, innit? You used to play violin.
No.
What's wrong with that?
No, hold on.
The original point I was trying to make is that you mentioned the violin and poetry as if that's the alternative to combat sports. I'm saying there's other things.
Yeah,
if you want to play violin, bruv, and you want to go to Britain's Got Talent, all these things,
do that.
Bang, smash it.
He played tall, but anyway.
Bruv. That's useful, in my community.
Okay, well, listen. The thing is, when I took out violin classes in year 5, there was only one reason. It was never to actually play the violin. It's to just come home and do this, bruv. That's what it was, bruv. Yeah, that's what it was. It was never to actually play the violin.
It was nonsense, bruv.
That's what it was. Do you remember?
We were young, bruv. You were like, what, 7 or something?
Yeah, ding. That's what I should do, bruv.
That career didn't go very far, bruv.
Hamzah, you know what? Bringing the podcast to a close, bruv. Yeah. If there's some advice that you can give to people who follow you on your socials, who follow you on your Instagram, boy, you have a very busy Instagram. Bruv, people who are monitoring and observing your success and your future success, especially from within the Muslim community, youth, right? What advice can you give them if they find themselves admiring what you're doing, supporting you, but finding themselves also choosing not so great life decisions by choice?
I'd say, listen, just message me, reach out to me or whatever, but also find something that you enjoy, because if you don't enjoy something, there's no point. I say it all the time, there's no point in doing it, and whatever it is they do, always strive to be better than you was yesterday, and that's it. Simple, man.
Alhamdulillah, bro. Now, when we bring every podcast to a close, we offer the guest 3 options.
All right.
It's like a it's like a thing that we do. Yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? A thing that we do. Yeah. Now I know that you're in training camp.
Yep.
So definitely one of the things you can't do.
Yeah.
So we offer our guests an arm wrestle.
Yeah.
A thumb war.
Yeah.
Or do you have any Bengali friends?
Pardon?
Do you have any
I know
Bengali
a few.
friends?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So tell me something that's commonly associated with Bengalis. Just be honest. There's no political correctness here. Just say it.
Fish.
What else? Fish. What else? What else do they yam?
I don't know. I know fish.
Barn.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got. So obviously we're not going to do the armor. So we can't be having that.
Yeah.
So we can either do a thumb war with Aki, or you have to try some barn with us, bruv.
I'll try some palm with you, bro.
Yeah. You bricked it. The super welterweight champ bricked it with the thumb war, bro.
Yeah. But you know these things happen, innit? Like
Humble.
How do you eat this, man?
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, brother, because I see you got beautiful white teeth on like mine, so I'm mash up, right?
I've got a request afterwards. I want you to punch me, mom.
So what we're gonna do? I mean, Pakistanis have it as well, bruv. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, I've had it before, but ages ago. But not this one.
Okay, it's sweet.
So you had it in a packet?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll make it sweet for you.
But I can't make it any more sweet than that. Right. If you don't like it, you pull out a tissue. If you don't like
these tissues.
I'll eat it. Don't worry.
Are not good for use, bro.
Easy now.
Eat it,
yeah, just chew it
It's
in one mouth.
technically carbs though, but it's less than a gram.
It's less than
So you're good.
What's it saying?
It's calm.
You like it, yeah?
Mad chewy though.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
That chewing bark, bro.
Yeah.
You got that tissue.
But don't worry, when that nasha kicks in, you're gonna be alright.
Where's the
Yo, man,
tissue, man's got coronavirus. I've used them all.
This is a stop moment.
How do you man eat this, man?
Link this back, yeah?
You know what? I've clocked that in Dilly.
Oh my days.
Dilly always mashes up the guests, you know. I always make the concoction a much sweeter, and he's giving you some different.
Yes, I'm mad thing, bro. Here's some water, bro. That's the thing. You want me to drink the blood from the blood?
Yeah, that's it. That's what it was, isn't it?
It's a big setup.
Hamzah, when I first asked Hamzah, so what's commonly associated with Bengalis? His face, there was a little freeze. It was like, what shall I actually say?
Yeah.
It's live, bro. It's live.
Shall we wrap it up?
You good?
Yeah, man.
Bro, it's an absolute honour having you on.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. Wicked, man.
Where can people find to buy tickets for the 11th of April?
Just message me on Instagram or message TB Promotions, and just get at us, man. Just message me directly, and I got tickets on me.
Wicked. I want to give a quick shout out to my brother Dilo and his brother-in-law Asad, who put us in touch with Hamzah's team for this podcast. Enough love for you, man. For our North American viewers, if you're watching, subscribe to the Mad Mamluks channel. For those of you in Europe and the rest of the world, subscribe to the 5 Pillars channel. Like this video, share this video, leave a comment. The comment doesn't have to be positive, that's up to you for the haters, but nevertheless, leave a comment.
We like positive comments as well, by the way.
But it's not always positive.
Yeah, but we like them, innit?
Whatever, just make sure you leave a comment if you watch this video. Subscribe, put the notification, that little bell sign, click that as well. And until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Not a jab as well.
I'm not gonna hit it hard.
I'm not working,
man's
bro.
gonna get me hitting, bro.
Try to hurt me, innit?
Alright, so hit it, yeah?
You can do harder than that.
I don't want to cut you hard, bro.
Of course you can, bro. Go ahead. Yeah, follow through. Go for it, man. Yeah, go for it.
I'm his older brother. I'm saying, yallah, crack it. What is it? Is it harder than mine?
Black Brothers Podcast, a 5 Pillars of Mad Monarchs production.